metal detector, PornHub, fish finder, cocaine.
Dan's home!
Yay!
Hey, Daddy's home!
Back in San Francisco.
Do you feel any sort of weirdness if I call you Daddy? A little bit? Or?
Maybe here and there, not so much. If it was like a regular thing, I'm like, that's probably weird.
Hey, Daddy?
Yeah,
I come around to ask you a question about anything else in the office. I'm like, hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
Yes, Joey?
Yeah, it's a little weird. Sure.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we'll just steer clear of that. Welcome to Is Be Dumb. This is episode 64, continuing the Halloween fun that we're doing here.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about what's coming up for Scared to Death, which is the first annual Scared to Death live haunted Halloween True Tales of Hallows Eve horror. That's coming up next week.
Man, it's almost here.
I know. And we've done the live thing before. First time was a big hit.
Yeah.
And obviously looking to grow on it.
Yeah, we're hoping this one's a big hit, because then we'll do the next one will be Is We Dumb Again, which we want to keep building on all of them and keep making it more fun and exciting and get people to come.
And we did jump to a different company for this one.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing on badmagicmerch.com, you're like, what is Moment House?
Yeah.
So Moment House is a different company that does like basically the exact same thing that we did for Is We Dumb Live.
Right.
And also for the first Scared to Death Live.
Exactly.
They offer a lot of the exact same thing. We're just jumping platforms to give it a try.
Yeah, and there's lots of platforms out there, and we do get kind of swayed by our agents as like, hey, this is the one that we think is going to last.
Like they fucked somebody, or they're like, hey, hand job in the bathroom. They're like, hey, by the way, Moment House.
I know. I always feel bad like switching when we've had a good experience with one, but
it was good, but you didn't suck our dicks.
but I do also think about like that would be like years ago being like, no, I can't leave MySpace. I mean, I know people are on Facebook, but my loyalty's with MySpace. And then you end up being the guy who has
Tom?
like the last, just you and Tom, fucking messaging back and forth. What are you doing? He's just like,
I will never leave you.
What are you doing, Tom? Just sitting in a giant empty warehouse. Okay, cool.
You guys are each like each other's top friends, and no one else is active ever again.
Exactly.
Picking songs that autoplay when you get to the profile that's about each other. Tom, I'm here for good, buddy. I will never leave you. Thank you,
Tom.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Daddy. Okay, so that's coming up. The Moment House digital experience for Scared to Death Live is happening Thursday, October 28th. Doors will open at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then if you want to buy your tickets right now, go to badmagicmerch.com and pick them up.
Yes.
Get in that Halloween spirit.
Get it.
You grump.
Yeah, get in there, you grump.
Wake up, big grumpy pants.
Get in there, you baby devil. What was that one?
Baby Catholic, or
Catholic
devil Catholic baby.
You devil Catholic baby.
Satanic?
You satanic Catholic baby? That's what it was. Get in there, you satanic Catholic baby.
We do have some new merch, and I think you're going to recognize the fellow on it. Zach, you'd be so kind.
Oh, yeah, Avid Fishing.
Avid Fisherman merch available now, and we've got all of it for you. We've got T-shirts on the front that says, "You jerking my bobber?" And then we've got, of course, got the flask or the water bottle or whatever the hell they're called. And then you got the hat. You've got a bag that says Avid Fisherman on it, and you have an alternative T-shirt as well. But how amazing is that?
I love that there's actually a merch line now based around a guy who wants to fish but really doesn't. But who happens to have a vanity license plate about fishing. who knows? I love that there's a fishing merch line based around a guy who guaranteed will know less about fishing than anyone who buys any of that.
Unless it's like for a child's birthday party.
Right.
Like maybe there's a chance the 5-year-old won't know more than you.
Right.
But there's a chance they could.
There's a chance they might.
I love that idea. Like if we, I'm trying to think of something else that I'm not into, but I wish I was. I don't know, curling.
Right.
Like if we just started curling.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, like I knew a little bit. I did it like sometimes for funny. I was drunk and I had a story about doing it like a little bit, and then we had a whole line about it.
To me, exactly. To me, it's like an MMA line. Like I took a few classes years ago.
I punched some stuff.
Never did anything, and then it's like all of a sudden we have like fucking 15-ounce gloves.
Our own like tap out shirts.
Right.
Submit, no fear.
I do hope this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy though, because it's like that is one of my goals. Is I'm able to slow down a little bit work-wise is to do some fishing. Every year I'm like, this is a year. Gonna do more fishing this year.
I'm hitting the banks this year.
I'm hitting the fucking banks this year.
You're driving around. You're scouting holes.
I was even talking to a friend of mine recently about this coming year. About like he's like, yeah, maybe we could bring the family up and like do some fishing. I'm like, fucking hell yeah, we can do some fishing.
You betcha.
You bet we can.
You a man? Yeah.
And he was like, you know some good spots on the lake? And I was like, no, I don't. Right. But this is going to give me the incentive to find those spots.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. However, this is when I'm going to do it.
My JCPenney bolt broke last year, and I'm still pissed about it. But I'll get a new one.
I actually do love that my fishing knowledge has not grown since I was 12. Like I did a lot of fishing when I was like 9, 10, 11, 12. So like, oh yeah, I can fucking set the hook. I can put the worm on there. I can put like stink bait, like the power bait. Like there's a variety of things I can do. The sinker. I have different sizes of sinkers. I got my fucking little, God damn it, Needle nose pliers.
Yep.
To cut the line with and to pull the hook out of the fish's mouth if need be.
You get it.
And a variety of those things. And I've all things that I learned by the age of 12 and have learned literally nothing since.
Well, okay. I know that there's more to fishing.
Right, because some guys are, that's the guys that I get jealous of.
They know it.
They fucking know it.
You take them out there, but I've gone with some people that really, really know how to fish.
And they still don't catch any fish.
They still don't catch anything.
I know, that's the thing. And I think I'm going to be disappointed someday. When in my mind, I'm like, but as soon as I really learn all the fucking, how to like jig and jag and...
I know all the stuff.
And know the stuff, and then they're right off of this rock.
You have like little weird yanking patterns. You're like, get, come on, catch the neon.
Yep, and practicing that.
Go get it.
I do have a fish finder on my boat, and then I realized, I was like, oh, okay, fish finder. I don't know what the fuck I was expecting. It just shows like patterns. This is another dumb thing. I literally expected basically a cartoon of showing me where the fish were, like little cartoon, like little stick figures of fish
in real time,
swimming around, and then magically maybe it would know where my hook was, and I just have to line up like a video game. Like I line up my hook with the fish. I'm like I thought that's what a fish finder was.
It's a claw machine.
It's a claw machine
on a boat.
I thought it was a real life claw machine on a boat. And then I'm just like, what the fuck are all these numbers and patterns? Right. Like now I have to learn.
It's just giving you a chance, Dan. That's what it's doing.
It's just telling me like depths and fucking current or whatever.
It's like there's a thing that is above the thing.
Right.
And it's just like, here's how far above the thing is.
Right.
Go for it.
Best of luck.
Try to catch it, buddy.
There's a thing down there. Could be shoe, could be trout.
Right.
And
give it a go.
And it's roughly in this area.
And you're never going to know unless you try, Dan.
I'm probably not even using it right. But once I wear these shirts, then it's all going to line up.
Dude, there's somebody out there who is into it, and I love that all of it really like has nothing to do with, besides like, Avid Fisherman does. But you wear this on the bank and no one has any idea that like, where you got it from, why you have it, and you go out there and you sit down and you have these t-shirts and a duffel bag and a hat and one of the water bottles. Right. You sit down like, yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Like it's going to support your thing. So again, you can head over to badmagicmerch.com and pick that up. You can also find it at iswedumb.com.
Fishing derby.
Fishing derby.
That's what I was thinking of. I was like, I know I used to have a lot of game that is exactly in my mind what I'm thinking of, and it's an Atari 2600 game called Fishing Derby. And it's just a stick figure fucking dude on a dock, and you just like can extend your line further out, and there's just big fish slowly going by, and then you just have to line the hook up with their little big old Pac-Man fish mouth, and then you bring them in. That's what I thought a fish finder was. I had a fish finder confused with Fishing Derby, a video game. Not even a good one.
No, not even the best one out there.
No.
Okay, so Dumb Dumb Idiots listener edition today. That's what we'll be doing on top of a bunch of other stuff. You want to get our juices flowing?
Let's do it.
All right, let's catch some bait. Zach, catch some bait.
Very super most important starting question.
Sometimes you do that.
That was great. Catch some bait.
Catch a minnow.
Like that's how everybody else on the fishing trip knows that you're really good at fishing. All right, guys, let's get out there and catch some bait. And they're like, do anything? No, you use the bait to catch some fish. Yeah, we gotta catch some bait first.
Just like crank it.
Stage 1, Avid Fisherman, catch that bait.
Catch that bait.
Stage 2, use the bait you caught to catch that fish.
Slide bait, you fucking idiot. Just right off the dock. Okay, so the very super most important starting question is coming in from Dummy Nick. I tweaked it, but just a little bit. So, would you rather survive in Jurassic Park for 24 hours while covered in dinosaur pheromones?
Ooh.
Or be hunted by an elite mercenary for a week, but every time one of your feet touches the ground, it makes an air horn noise?
Oh, man. God, the pheromones is tricky because pheromones is like, mating stuff. So you're bringing dinosaurs to try to fuck you.
Fuck you to death.
But to death. That's the thing. I don't think
it's not going to be like, oh my God, thank you so much, T-Rex.
I don't think you can be fucked by a dinosaur.
See you around.
And not to death.
See you around.
But you know what's interesting?
You're kissing Velociraptor goodbye? I had a great night. Bye.
There's no way. There's no way we can be really certain about how the mating habits of dinosaurs were. Because we have their bones and different things.
Eggs and stuff.
Eggs and stuff. But we don't know how they made love. How funny would that be? Is if like dinosaurs are like they're fucking vicious killers and they just stomp through the forest and they just, are really like ruthless in all other walks of life. But when it comes to mating, they're super gentle.
The softest.
The softest.
Like what if they're like dove?
Like you're running from some velociraptor and he finally fucking catches you and he throws you to the ground and then he
chokes
just like
you,
and then with his claw he just kind of caresses your face,
pushes the hair out of your eyes,
pushes your hair in your eyes, wipes away some of your tears,
nibbles your ear.
It's gonna be okay. Come on, just go with it. Just pushing.
They start purring. Like, what the fuck is going on? We don't know. Maybe velociraptors purred. You don't fucking know that.
The velociraptor just starts like stroking his wiener. And then just like looks at you like, just do it, try it.
Just do it. I don't want to touch you because I know that you're uncomfortable. Right. But maybe you'll just come with me. Right. Like, maybe just do that.
That's all.
But all you hear is.
He just like they. What they really want is like their little arms don't allow them to jerk themselves off, and it's like once they get up to you, they're smart enough to figure out like, well that thing has longer arms. Just touch it. Just touch it. I'm not gonna hurt you.
2 strokes. I haven't been touched in 2 million years. Just come over here and stroke it. Come on, buddy.
So dinosaur pheromones.
Yeah, and also they're gonna kill you if they find you. So they might not, even if they're the gentlest of sex makers.
They're gonna realize that you're not appropriate for them to mate with, and then they're like, well, I can fucking eat you.
Right. You got meat on them bones, don't you?
So you're going to be eaten by a dinosaur if one of them catches you.
Right. You have 24 hours, and I think there's a lot to dissect here. We have to say that the 24 hours in Jurassic Park is when it went bad. Because 24 hours before
they're out of the cages.
Right.
Yeah.
24 hours before, they'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'll just walk around in front of the cage and they can't get me. No, this is
like when the park was doing great. Right. Like that day, that's when, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll be there. Shit's gone bad.
This is when somebody hit the wrong button and they're out of their fucking containers.
Right.
Okay, so they're loose on the island.
Okay.
Or, then with the mercenary, I wonder how far out he is. Because I was thinking my loophole with the mercenary would be with the air horn shoes, is that I go into a densely crowded forest and I just climb one of the trees.
For a week.
Oh, for a week? I thought it was a day.
No.
Oh,
1 week.
I can't hide out for a week in a tree.
I mean, you could give it a go.
I could, but you'd probably find me.
Yeah,
He'd track my prints.
You can go how long without water? But you can bring water. It doesn't say that you can't plan for your attack.
But still, then you're shitting from up in the tree. You have to pee. So you have to pee. That's going to make noise. And then your body's going to fall asleep. It's going to be hard not to put your shoe against anything on the tree that whole week. And then it's like, and then like that really narrows down where you could be.
You think you've pulled it off. You're on day 6. You're sleeping in a tree.
Yeah.
You're a little sloth guy. And it's been peaceful. And you just kind of stretch like last second and just go, bam! Shit!
Right.
Like it'd be the word. And the mercenary his head just snaps.
God.
Snaps around. He's going to find you.
And if he's an elite mercenary, he's going to track down, he's going to find the grove trees.
He's going to find your friends. He's going to figure out where the fuck you went. You couldn't tell anybody like what was happening.
He's going to have some kind of GPS fucking, he has a buddy at the NSA that he can go into like satellite photos.
Like you can get around, like someone chauffeurs you and you sit in a wheelchair because then your feet are never touching the ground. But good luck running from a mercenary in a wheelchair.
Oh.
Like he has all of the tricks.
Right.
He's got all the things that he knows how to pull off, and you have a buddy pushing you in a wheelchair. There's no way you're getting away.
And even if you have like a scooter or whatever, eventually it's gonna run out of juice. It's gonna run out of gas. It's gonna run out of batteries. And you're gonna have to like step off of it.
Just picturing that like at the gas station.
The scooter.
That key turns off. You're like,
yeah,
oh, fuck.
Yep. As you walk over to pump the gas,
you try to just run over as fast as you can. Oh shit! Go inside the pay.
That's the sound. The sound you just made is like the final moments when you've already been spotted and you're just running.
Right.
And it's like as you're sprinting away, and then followed by, and then that's quiet.
And it just and that's the end of you.
Oh my God.
The mercenary thing, I just picture like an extreme badass that is going to catch you and he's going to kill you.
Right.
A week, I don't care where he starts. Again, you can throw your phone wherever you want, but you really have to have a plan.
Yes.
And if you sit still and you just like, well, I just don't go anywhere, he's going to find you and kill you.
Have you started watching that show? I had to make sure I said it right, but Squid Game?
I fell asleep watching it.
Okay. I know I've heard mixed reviews of people getting into it.
It was fine. It was late. I mean, it was late night. I got to finish it. I got like halfway through and I was like, that's just, I don't know.
I'm on episode 3. I got used to the rhythm. Yes, it's going to be dubbed, and there was some annoying things when they dub like Korean kind of shows. I find it very annoying that they always seem to dub the women's voices in a voice that doesn't match their look at all and is like just cartoonish. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this great disservice to this actress? I'm like, there's no way she fucking talked like that. There's no fucking way.
Right.
And I only noticed it with the female characters. I'm like, why are you doing this? But once you get used to that, some little things, I think it's a very good show. But this reminds me, the guy with the air horn shoes reminds me of like Squid Game, where it's like these weird games where I don't want to ruin the show for anybody, but that's the basic premise is like these kids games. And that there are people trying to they kill you if you fuck up. So I was picturing a thing where like you got to sneak past a mercenary, but every time you take a step, you have a fucking air horn shoe.
Air horn shoe. You have to maybe recruit for 1 week. You're in the circus. Like you have to be around a whole group of clowns, and you guys all stand still. Like, well, yeah. And you sit there, and if you see the mercenary coming, then everybody just and just runs in different directions, and just hope that he doesn't know who you are. You're dressed up in clown shit.
So basically, you're gonna have to bribe your way onto the circus under false pretenses and try to use the other performers as living dummies,
as bait
to hopefully be shot instead of you,
right?
Because that's the only way those other clowns are gonna do that is if they don't know why they're doing it.
They want to get out too. They're not. We think they're happy.
True.
There's no way.
They're willing to risk it.
They will.
You find out that all circus clowns are just more than willing to risk their life for literally anything.
Of course I will. Are you kidding me?
Right. Just walk. You've never seen me before. Listen, I know this is a lot to ask. Yeah, I'll do it.
Look at me.
No, you haven't even asked yet. This is gonna cost. You have to risk your life. Yeah, no problem.
You're trying to explain it, and they squirt you in the face with a little water from the flour on the shirt. Yeah, get it, dummy.
Yeah, anything to get me out of this Groundhog Day.
Anything's better than this.
You think I wanted this? You think this is where I wanted to end up?
Anything's better than this.
You think I like wearing these giant shoes?
Look at my shoes.
Every fucking day. Every fucking day with this paint.
What do they say about big shoes? No, they don't. Honk, honk. Just like... it doesn't match. Honk, 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 honk. Squirt, 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 squirt. And he starts juggling.
Just quickly into the conversation, he just shows you a little tiny dick and cries. Is that funny? Is that funny?
He's juggling, and then mid-juggling, he's like whips his dick out. He's like, ha ha. Honks his nose. Okay, so Jurassic Park is terrifying.
Yeah.
But I something to me is scarier because at least I'll get to see some fucking dinosaurs. Right before they snap my neck or fuck me or whatever they're going to do to me. At least I'm be like, that's a sick-ass dinosaur. The mercenary is scary. Like, I feel like he's going to find me, and he's going to have a smile on his face.
Yeah.
And with Jurassic Park, like, I'm just going to sprint. I'm going to go up a fucking mountain. There wasn't a ton of dinosaurs there. Like, they had select amount of dinosaurs, and just fucking go.
Yeah, you know
what? Get the farthest away from the park as you possibly can. Yep. And you have to just have 24 hours.
Because dinosaurs have little tiny brains.
So they're not smart guys.
So they're not gonna like. The scary thing about the mercenary is they're gonna plot and scheme methodical, especially like an elite mercenary, like some kind of tracker. That's what they specialize in.
Dog the bounty hunter.
Fucking Dog the bounty hunter. Did you ever find that missing dude? I don't think he did he?
I saw an article that they said he did. I didn't read it.
Okay,
it's probably fake.
Fake?
There's no way.
You know what?
Are you gonna look it up?
Yeah, I gotta find this now. I'm gonna pick a dinosaur as well because I do. What I like about the dinosaur is that it smells, it gets horny, and it tries to find you, but it's not like its sole purpose for that week of its existence.
It's to only kill you.
No, it's like it'll find other things to eat. It'll find other things to fuck. You're not the only thing in the park with the pheromones. Other dinosaurs have it.
Yeah, go fuck them.
Right.
Go fuck another dinosaur, you weirdo.
Dog the bounty.
What?
Dog the bounty hunter did not find Brian Laundrie. He did hurt himself trying to find him, and now he's taking a break from the search. So that's the exact opposite of what I was kind of hoping for. Jesus Christ! Old Dwayne Chapman. I was really hoping that he was going to. Did you see that? So sad. Did
you know that he's trying to start another reality show?
Is that what he's trying to do with it?
That's what I kind of. The gist I'm picking up. He's kind of marketing.
That's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
He wanted to find this guy. He thought he was making some progress. Then it sounds like he sprained his ankle and he's out.
Didn't make it.
Okay.
I mean, he gave it a go.
He tried.
Gave it a go.
My God.
Are you ready to move on?
I am.
From the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Because I want to hear about something you did in San Francisco.
Oh, boy.
Zach. All right. I have, full disclosure, I have no idea what you're about to tell me.
Yes. Okay. So this is, one of the dumber things I've done in quite a while. So, and this is Thursday night. I haven't been out in a long time. I haven't went and gone out with old comedy friends on a night where I didn't have a show or anything, just to kind of hang out. I mean, it's been a couple years.
Okay.
Where there was like no kids around, no wives, nothing. And so Chad Daniel, a buddy of mine, he's Chad Daniels is working on doing shows at Punchline in San Francisco, and then I'm doing shows at Cobb's, which are like sister clubs, not far from each other. Just happened to be, we lucked out, not planned, happened to be there for the same weekends. I only have Friday, Saturday shows. He had Wednesday through Saturday shows, I believe. At least Thursday through Saturday. Okay. And I show up on, but I think it was Wednesday too. I show up on Thursday, make it to his club, and so I don't have anything to do other than hang out with Chad. And then Sean Patton, another really funny comic who usually headlines to open up for him. Mary Santora, the comic I usually or I bring around a lot. She also is in town early. Okay. So 4 of us comics all know each other, have met, and we're gonna go out drinking like after the show. And so I start drinking during the show, and I don't even fuck around. Like I just go straight for just whiskey neat, like not even mixing it with anything. And
how much is the bottle? It's whiskey. How much for the whole bottle?
Just give me the bottle.
Just give me the bottle. It's not wine. I know that. Give me the fucking bottle.
So it's like I really want to maximize my drink. Chad and I used to like throw whiskey down, but like years ago, and I'm not thinking about that I don't do that anymore. Not like that. I drink on a fairly regular basis, but like 1 or 2 drinks.
Sure.
Not 15. And so I start doing like whiskey neat doubles at the bar. And then, we're hanging out and I'm fine. I have a pretty good tolerance. We go out to this bar after the show.
I mean, whatever it takes to make Chad funny. Hey,
you get it.
Don't even know him. Chad, don't hit me. Anyway, back to you.
So then we go to this bar, kind of in between our clubs. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe the Bing, actually. It was a fun little bar in Columbus, in Columbus Street in San Francisco, and we have a great time. We close it out, but I just like keep drinking, just like one whiskey after another. I just keep not saying no. Chad, Sean, whoever. First, I'm buying some rounds.
Yes, please.
Then
yes, please.
Yep. And I'm like, cool. Another one gets handed to me. Cool. Just keep drinking. And then pretty soon it's 2:00 in the morning. They close out the bar, and now I'm waiting for an Uber. And this is when the fucking real dumb happens.
Oh boy.
As I'm waiting for an Uber with Mary, who's she's sober. She does not drink anymore.
Okay.
So she was just basically at this point just babysitting me, just to be like a nice person.
Perfect.
To make sure I don't fucking go crawl into an alley and die somewhere. And then, so I felt embarrassed to do this in front of her as well. 2 guys, apparently, I think they came out of the bar. I don't even fucking know.
Like, they magically appear.
They magically appear as I'm waiting for an Uber.
Okay.
Going to go to bed. It's already like I guess it might have been like 2:30 in the morning when they finally kicked us out. And one of these guys apparently asked me like, "Hey, you going to bed anytime soon?" I don't even think that's a weird question. I'm so drunk. And apparently, Mary told me later that I just go, "No, I'm not going to bed.
I've never slept.
I don't sleep." So I say, "I'm not going to bed." And then this guy pulls out a bag of Coke and just goes, "You want to do something?" Without hesitation. I go, "Yeah." And so then we just wander off into essentially an alley, and I'm just doing blow with strangers as I'm waiting for an Uber. And then I do get into my Uber.
Yeah.
And after doing that, I just go to bed. Like, it was the most fucking pointless, needless risk of... this is like fucking random street Coke. And I just had a talk with Lindsay about like... don't
do Coke.
No, don't. Well, get the strips that test for... starts with the F. Damn it. Fentanyl. Thank you. Fentanyl. There's been a bunch of overdoses recently. And I know that. And it was just something so stupid where I'm like... I would have been so mad at like Kyler or somebody like doing that, or Lindsay doing that. I'm just like, you don't fucking know these people. You don't know that it's Coke. You don't know anything about any of this. It could have been some fucking crazy knockout drug.
It reminds me of thinking I was doing Coke down in Cancun, and the guy gets sold us like laundry detergent.
Right.
And I was like, oh man. Like it just like it smelled, it tasted like there's maybe a little Coke in it, but it was Coke and fucking laundry detergent.
Hilarious.
It's like, thanks, bud.
This, as drunk as I was, it still numbed my fucking face fast enough where I'm like, no, this is legit.
Here we go! And then I like the idea of you ripping, or I don't know how you did Coke. Or you guys maybe
well, this was just like doing bumps. This was just doing bumps.
You did
little tiny spoon.
It wasn't like off a dumpster or a rat.
No, we weren't doing lines. We were just doing like little bumps.
Okay, little key bumps. So
yeah,
I picture you doing that, and like it starts kicking in, and you get so fucking pumped, you just aggressively open the door to the Uber and get in.
Right.
And like that was the end of your.
That's
high.
my big night.
That was your big
Let's
moment.
Go! And then the guy's like, dude, okay, yeah, you got 6 blocks. Whatever.
Anyway, Marriott, and he's walking to go to bed. What if you would have gotten in trouble?
I know.
What if? Okay. Let's.
What if you would have asked for anything else?
What if you got arrested?
Right. And it was the fucking dumbest. I didn't even care about. I didn't even want to stay up anymore.
And they throw the Coke at you. You get framed, and you have like a bunch of Coke that you're selling.
2 undercover cops.
Right. And then you're in jail.
Right.
And then we're all back here.
And they're like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "I don't even know.
Why don't you just go to bed? Because I don't sleep. That's what I told him.
It was so ridiculous.
It's so funny.
What scares me is that like apparently it could have been anything.
Oh, anything.
It could have been a dude, a fucking guy, just a wraith, a fucking heroin wraith, comes out of the alley with a fucking needle still hanging out of his veins. Like, you want next? Yeah,
yeah.
Stay
You
there.
going to bed soon? No, but I want to.
No, what I want
Is that heroin? No, but I don't feel like I'm tired enough.
I had to actually. I feel better now. I was like, what is wrong with me? And I had like one of those BetterHelp counseling sessions. But like, she fucking figured out why I did it. I'm like, I don't even know why the fuck I did it. I had to like my therapist was like, she's like, well, you've been working a lot of hours the last like many years, and you need to take more little breaks because what happens is it gets all pent up.
Yeah.
And then the fucking second you get an opportunity to party, you don't do it like a regular person. You're like, let's do fucking everything that comes my way tonight. And I'm like, that's accurate.
Got it.
I think you nailed it.
What I just heard your therapist say was, you gotta do some coke from time to time.
Actually, she's so great. She's like, I'd probably love Coke.
Right.
She literally said that. She's like, oh man, I always want more energy. I'd love Coke.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I was like, yeah, Coke's great. But then she said, but I'm like, well, why did I do it when I was going to bed? I didn't want to party. And it was that, I think it is that thing of like,
now you might as well.
I don't have I don't have many opportunities.
It's
but
just
like,
you, no obligations in the moment. Just fucking do it.
It's
I
so
get
rare.
that.
But what a terrible.
It's an addiction brain.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But what a terrible mentality of like, just because you have the opportunity to do something stupid, you got to do it.
It sounds a lot like me. Yeah. That's why I'm always on my monkey leash backpack.
Oh my God. And well, yeah, it just reminded me, and it's a funny like thing that I've encountered before, but now I'm 44, and every stage of my life since about 19 or 20, I'll like get a few years away from it, then 5 years away from it, then 10 years, and I'll think, you've changed.
Look at you.
You've grown up. Oh, and the second
You're a different man.
The second I get enough drugs in my system, I'm immediately 19 years old.
I'm back, baby!
Right, exactly. I'm immediately 19 years old. I'm fucking naked in a dorm room, you know, getting ready to like go streak, like whatever, fucking run through the quad,
Right.
or like who has
Frank
anything.
the Tank.
Right, I'm Frank the Tank. Unfucking believable. So don't do drugs with strangers. Don't just fucking snort some fucking street coke.
Some coke for no
two guys
reason.
who will fucking appear out of an alley.
You going to bed? That's such a creepy question.
It is a creepy question.
You going to bed?
They're probably creepy
anytime
guys.
soon?
They're creepy guys. And I'm just like, yeah, these are my friends now.
Who the fuck says that?
You going to bed soon? I was going to, but now that I've met two cool guys coming out of the fucking alley, what do you guys want to do?
Whoa, your collars are popped?
Listen, I'm good
Let's go in the alley.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
Holy shit, you're wearing sunglasses at night?
Oh my
Let's
God.
go in the alley and do coke.
if it was flipped around, I'd be like, this is like a date rape commercial. Or like not even date rape, because they're on a date. It's just like a rape commercial.
Someone wrote whoever wrote the script for that.
Yeah.
That was the line they came up with, like,
Right.
going to bed soon. Like, no one says that.
right.
And you're like, stupid. It's like any Dare commercial. Like, that's not how we talk. Going to bed soon.
So that's pretty dumb.
And
pretty
it got
dumb.
you. And it got you.
And it works.
So they're going to use that line again.
And I love, like, from their point of view, too, it's like, what a weird thing on their side to just, like, here's some fucking random dude.
Did they go to the show? Do they know who you were?
I don't, I'm too drunk to remember.
Okay.
But I don't think so. Mary didn't mention that. But I think it was just like, who knows? That they just like, oh, this guy seems cool. Let's just give him some coke. And then they knew I was getting an Uber. And I just left. Or maybe they didn't know. Who knows what I was fucking talking about?
Oh, that's funny.
They could have been like, all right, man, now we're going to go fucking kill Jerry. And I could have been like, fuck yeah. And then Mary's like, Uber's here. Oh, sorry, guys, can't. And then I just go,
So I'm going to bed soon.
sorry, I can't kill Jerry. And then I just hop into my...
But good luck.
Good luck. Best of luck. You guys seem really cool.
Okay, that's funny. I'm glad that
dumb.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everything turned out fine for you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's move on to dumb idiots.
Dumb. Dumb idiot.
I was like having little bets in my brain of just like, what drug did he take? I don't know if it was going to be ecstasy. That's very popular.
That's very popular, yeah.
Coke was up there. Shrooms, acid, but I didn't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I don't think Coke would have been my top guess.
It wouldn't have been my top guess.
Well,
But it's like, it was just what was offered. That's what's scary. If any of the things you just mentioned would have been offered, it would have been clearly, yeah. Do
yeah. Why not?
you want to do a whole bunch of acid? Yeah.
Duh. Like you kind of offended they asked.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to smoke this entire rock of crack? Yeah.
What? Of course. Look at me.
Yeah, sure.
Look at me. Just beads of sweat from all your whiskey drinks.
Do you want to do speedballs for us tonight? Yeah.
Yeah. And then dance? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love dancing.
I love dancing.
Okay, so Dumb Idiots listener edition this week. And our first story is coming in from Dummy Julia, who writes, "Hi, Dan and Joe." Hi, Julia. "Let me preface this by saying I consider myself to be a generally intelligent person. After a few months of summer fun and muddy shoes, I decided to get back in my car, I decided to go get my car washed at a place that would do the interior and the exterior. I put my dog in the back seat, and we drove down to this place, which had been recommended to me by a friend. So when I got there, I parked, got my dog out, waited on the curb nearby while they vacuumed and dusted the interior of my car. When they told me to drive through the exterior car wash, my keys weren't where I set them on the driver's seat." Classic.
Yes.
"So I asked an employee, and he said they didn't know where they went. Myself and the other 4 to 5 employees searched through the entire car looking for my keys. I'm not kidding when I say we looked through every square inch of my car multiple times over.
Oh, man.
They emptied and vacuumed the chamber and snaked the dust pipes in case they sucked the keys up there by accident." That's a lot.
They're going the extra mile.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, let's open up the industrial size vacuum bag.
They took apart the transmission. Maybe I left my keys inside the transmission.
Power steering.
The fuel injection system. Maybe I dropped my keys in the fuel injector.
They ripped the muffler off. Like somehow, maybe I stuck my keys up my tailpipe. So I dug through all the trash cans, ripped apart the bushes nearby where we were sitting. I love it.
My God.
Did you throw them in the bushes? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Maybe they got stuck to the end of the vacuum. Then when you whipped it out, you threw them in the bushes. Okay, I'll look.
I do love it when you've lost something, coming up with the most preposterous scenarios. I mean, I don't think I would throw my hat up on top of the roof, but we should at least check.
Right.
There's no fucking way it's going to be up there.
How windy was it yesterday? It was kind of windy. Well, maybe my hat's in the chimney. Okay. Okay, so it goes on to say here, where was I? Okay, so all the employees checked their pockets, and we watched security tapes to see if we could trace them. After searching for 2 hours, calling the general manager in, and calling every locksmith nearby, we decided they probably got placed in someone else's car by accident. So the GM offered to take me and my dog down and back to meet my dad halfway and get my spare key. This was going to be about a 45-minute drive each way, but we didn't have too many other options as it was a Sunday and the dealerships were all closed. The GM, my dog, and I got into his car and started to head down to the highway. About 10 minutes in, when I noticed I was sitting on something, so I reached back to my pocket and felt that my keys were in my pocket.
After all
the
that.
entire time. I definitely had a brief moment where I was preparing to not say anything and keep this charade for the rest of my life, but instead I just pulled them out and said, "Holy shit!" And we turned around and drove back to the car wash, and I cried the whole way back. And then I drove through the car wash crying and drove home crying. By far the most embarrassing day of my life, but I was reminded that it pays to be kind, understanding with people.
Yeah.
The employees were so grateful that they didn't flip out, so they still gave me a free car wash and sent me on my way. But can you imagine if they'd been angry, accused me of everything, and then it turned out that it was my fault the entire time? Or I had accused them of everything, and it turned out it was my fault the whole time. So the moral of the story is to be kind and check for shoes.
Oh, that's nice. Check for shoes. Check for shoes
love
and keys.
The ultimate dummy, Julia C.
Julia, I love it. I've definitely done things like that. I just love that weird human nature thing when you panic, looking in all the least obvious places thoroughly.
And I know we've mentioned that on the show before. Like, where the fuck is the remote? And you start looking in the refrigerator.
Right.
You're like, did I put it in the butter? I didn't put it in the butter. Of course I didn't put it in the butter.
No,
I better check again. I better check it. Maybe I put it in the sour cream.
It was
your brain
next to
just
the TV.
panics.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time it was sitting directly next to the TV.
Right.
Or, it's just a weird... Yeah, that's just I don't know where that comes from, but that's so common for people to frantically look all over the place, but then, forget to check their actual pocket. Yeah, I've done it so many times.
Me too. But this did remind me of a story from my childhood where we were at this house party.
Yeah.
And it was a fun party.
Okay.
We were having a good time. Got fucking hammered drunk. My friend drove me back home to my dad's house in Bellevue and went inside and then basically just I don't remember a whole lot, got undressed, put all my clothes where I put my clothes, and then I got in my bed.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay.
So the next morning I woke up and I was going out to lunch with my friend. And I put all my clothes on, and then I was like, oh, fuck. And I felt around, I couldn't find my wallet. I was like,
panic.
What? Panic. I was like, God damn it. Either someone stole it, and I started retracing that we were doing weird, summer salts and shit in the yard.
And wallet's even worse now than cell phone, because at least cell phone, there's usually a tracker now.
Yeah, Find My Phone or whatever it is.
Find My Phone. There's no Find My Wallet.
No.
Yep.
There's no
a lot of important things in there.
Find
generally.
anything, right? So it's all in there, and I'm trying to figure out where I could have possibly lost it. But all I know is that I had to find it.
Yeah.
Like I had to go. So
ID, credit cards, debit cards.
I recruited him. His sorry ass. Thank you so much for helping me. And we went back to the party house. We went in and we started talking to the host. And we're like, oh, sorry, I lost my wallet.
Yeah.
Can I look around? He goes, yeah, it's fine. So we searched the entire inside of the home.
Right.
And then as we're getting through it, and we're maybe 45 to an hour in of just checking everything. Like, it was a wild party. Like, I was in all of the spaces.
Yeah.
I was in all the rooms. I was in all the bedrooms. I was in the entire yard. I was on a fucking ATV. Like, it was a party.
You're a home inspector at this point.
Right. I'm checking for mold.
You're checking for mold. You're in the attic, checking the insulation. Right. You're checking the fucking foundation. Make sure there's no cracks.
Make sure the paint matches.
Your wallet could be hiding in a foundation crack.
Right.
Right. You have to check everything. You have to check the sump pump. Make sure that your wallet didn't get fucking somehow pumped up from the toilet into the fucking street.
Right.
You have to check everything.
Checking the water pressure.
Water pressure, electrical systems.
Right.
You got to make sure there's enough voltage in every outlet, because maybe if there's not enough voltage in one of the outlets, then your fucking wallet's behind the fucking plug-in.
Is there lead in this paint?
Is there lead in this paint?
Anyway, where's my wallet? so we searched the entire house. And then he goes, now that I'm thinking about it, my dog has grabbed like leather things in the past and then runs out and buries them in the yard.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh fuck. Like so now we're on the trip where like he grabbed the wallet and he took it out and he buried it in the fucking yard.
Right.
And I knew that I had like coins in it. Like I kept like coins of travels and stuff. I kept in my wallet as like a collector thing. Left just like different places I've gone.
Yeah.
So I knew there was going to be something that would show up on a metal detector. So he called another friend. And then we went and got his metal detector and then went back and just started scanning the entire backyard.
Jesus Christ.
So we're really
a lot of work.
Yeah, this is 4 or 5 hours of trying to find my wallet.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're just, whatever. I didn't have a whole lot to do. So we had time to pull this off.
Sure.
Didn't find it. Went home defeated. My buddy drives me back to my dad's house and drops me off. And I walk in my room. And then I sit down in a chair, which is where all my music stuff is. And I was where I put my clothes. I hung them over the chair. And I was sitting there and I scooted in. And then my foot kicked something. Oh, no. And it was my wallet.
Whole time.
It fell out of my pocket.
Laying in the open.
I laid my pants over the chair. And then my wallet shot out. And then in my drunken state, it was just like a thing that happened. Yeah. It was like, something fell out and it slid underneath like where my keyboard was. So I couldn't see it like in plain sight. So instead of like looking around when it first happened, basically was using a metal detector for 5 hours trying to find my wallet. And it was right where I had put it.
Just rushed the search of your own premises.
Right.
And then immediately went full home inspector and metal detector in somebody else's house.
Yeah. Someone who like didn't know that well. And he just let me snoop around his house.
I kept having this thought of like with a home inspector, like you're actually removing popcorn ceiling. like there's this you tested
I'll find the wall
You
later.
tested for asbestos. You're removing the popcorn. They're like, what are you doing? Just checking for my wallet. I just gotta listen while I'm here.
Listen, this shit's ugly.
This is ugly. I gotta. This is dated. I'm gonna fix this up, and then once I fix this up, before I kind of like put everything back together and give it a nice like pattern, I'm gonna go up in the crawl space and just check for my wallet.
Right. and then right after that, can you turn your heater on? I'll check your airflow. Because to me, it smells like they're a little dirty. And I'll clean those out. Maybe my wallet's in there. I might as well do 2 things at one time.
I have done the lost wallet too. I don't remember like a specific story about it.
Right.
But the most ridiculous, like it was with me the whole time story that I can think of right now is a laundromat in Spokane years ago. It was a couple years out of college. And I would just, would save up clothes and then go down to the laundromat and do like a bunch of laundry at once. And so I had a bunch of laundry to do and I had a couple rolls of quarters.
Right.
And it was, middle of the day, and there was just me, and then by myself, and the lady that worked there, and then a little while later, this like older senior gentleman comes in, and then not long after he came in and started doing his laundry, I went to go grab more quarters. Now I'm on like the dryers. I did the washers, and I can't find the other roll of quarters that I had.
Oh boy! And
so I obviously assumed that this older gentleman has nothing better to do than just come into a laundromat and steal people's quarters. And so I strongly assume that he's stolen it.
Of course.
And I'm just so now I'm fucking glaring at him. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And I'm making up all these scenarios in my head. I'm like, you just think you're an old man? No one's gonna fucking talk shit about you stealing quarters at your fucking game. Okay, that's your thing. You've done this a lot of times.
And on the inside, you're just like figuring out like, how am I going to capture his family?
How am I going to get his family? I got to make him pay.
What hotels are open right now?
How long has he been getting away with this?
Right. I'm going to take him back to his fucking house. I'm going to find out where he has $1 million in rolled quarters. Right. and I'm going to fucking take them from him.
Yep, he deserves it.
I'm going to kill his family.
I'm gonna kill his family. I'm gonna take those quarters. I'm gonna be rich,
Right.
and I'm justified.
Okay.
Well, now I need to get new quarters. Well, now they don't have. I didn't have any cash, so now I have to go to an ATM. I have to leave my shit there. I have to go to an ATM. I have to get cash there. I have to bring the cash back to get the quarters to the laundromat. So now I'm more pissed at this guy. I'm like, fucking nice, buddy. Just because you got a lot of free time. Wow. I guess you're retired. You got a lot of free time. You don't fucking care that the rest of us have to fucking work. And then when you steal our quarters, it really fucks up our day.
I pictured you just came back from the ATM and he's wearing your clothes.
Right.
He's wearing your clothes.
Right,
Yeah, he's
exactly.
like, hey, what's up, man? You're like, what the fuck?
First my quarters, now this.
Right.
So
Just super oversized shit. He's like, hey, what's up, bro? God damn it.
So I leave this place, super annoyed with him, go back after doing all my laundry, and think that this guy, I've been thinking this guy for a good 1 to 2 hours has ruined my day. Drying the clothes. This whole time I'm thinking this, I fucking hate this guy. Finally get back to the apartment I was living at the time, and as I'm taking the folded laundry, the dried laundry out of the thing, find the initial roll of quarters that he'd never stole, that was just sitting in under some clothes, I guess, the entire time.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsie. And then I just immediately, of course, thought about all the times I glared at him and what that experience was like from his point of view.
What if he went home and he's like, what'd I do?
What'd I do?
What'd I do to him?
Right.
Why is he so mad at me?
Why does the world hate me? I just kids these days.
Final straw.
That's the final straw.
That's the final straw. That's it. Look at this guy. It's just me and him. And I want to just talk about the weather and maybe some sports stuff.
I reminded him I looked like his son that he'd lost contact with
20 years ago.
And he walked in thinking that's my son. I can make things better. And he's like, and then he sees me going, you fucking son of a bitch. Me, I hate you.
Flipping him off over the top of a dryer.
I deserve it.
Oh, you old bitch.
I deserve it. I fucking neglected my son. And now just people sensitive at me.
Why could I make it better? Why do they think I can make it better? You're so dumb, Kyle.
He steps in front of a bus.
God damn, that went dark. Okay, so our second story. Coming in from Dummy Tim, who writes, greetings, Danny and Joey. Absolutely love the show. Thank you. Everyone who works on it does a fantastic job to keep me laughing every Wednesday. I appreciate everyone's hard work.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks all the people. You guys should do a special edition of Dumb Dumb Idiots, the Father Edition.
Don't tell us what to do.
Exactly. See, there seem to be a lot of dumb dad stories out there, and I have a good one about my father. And this one is so... Fuck, I was laughing so hard when I was reading this story.
I'm excited to hear this.
This took place in the late 80s. My father owned a mushroom growing facility in southwest Pennsylvania. He was a big, scary Italian man. He passed away 10 years ago. Miss you, Dad, but loved everyone until you got on his shit list.
Okay.
I know that, man. We had vending machines for all of the workers, and the machines were stocked by a company called Lance. So the guy who stocked them was always just called the Lance Man. One day, the Lance Man burst into my father's office while we're all sitting there around talking and accused my father of stealing money from the machines.
Oh, here we go.
My dad said, "Fuck you. Why would I steal a bunch of change?" The Lance Man got super pissed off and pushed everything off of my father's desk onto the floor. Fucking... Excuse these, Lance Man. Come on.
That's a fighting move.
My dad became angrier than I'd ever seen him and wanted to kill the Lance Man. So he stood up, grabbed the closest thing to him, which is the battery pack for his headlamp. This is back when they used to check the mushrooms on houses before they were dark inside.
Yeah.
Right. So this was a 80s or so battery pack where they're very big and bulky.
Yep. This is a big ass battery.
Had to weigh at least 10 pounds. So my father rears back and goes to swing this heavy-ass battery at Lance Man's head. Just as the pack got into his shoulder, the charging cord wrapped around his elbow, and instead of crushing the Lance Man's skull, the battery pack sailed straight down to his foot and broke several of his toes.
Oh, no! Oh! That's what
Hey, fuck you, buddy!
Yeah, fuck me, fuck you, and then smash your own toes. Nope, fuck me again.
He had to walk around with a stupid cast on for many weeks after the incident, and the Lance Man remained unscathed. But I guess that's for the better than my father committing second-degree murder. What a dummy! Not sorry for the length of this email. Checking for shoes, dummy Jimmy Testa.
Thanks for checking for shoes, Jimmy Testa.
Thank you, because I didn't head in it. So I'm glad he did before sending it in.
That's what I should have done with those two guys in San Francisco.
You guys,
that's what I'm most mad about myself.
Are there any shoes in this Coke?
Is there shoes in this Coke?
It smells like rubber.
It smells like rubber. Do you guys put shoes in this Coke? Jesus Christ.
It's like, what?
I'm not going to snort shoe coke.
Right. I've done it once.
It
It's
made me really sick.
It's the last time I did it, actually.
I'm not doing it. I told myself, no more shoe coke.
Where's your
From now on, check for shoes.
Converse Coke, not good.
That's a great story, though.
It does remind me of just like when you get super mad and you try to throw something and it doesn't quite, or like you're trying to slam a door and it doesn't make the sound that you want. So you open it again and fucking slam it harder.
Oh my God.
Because like the air pressure kind of went, like you just took all the oomph out of it. So you come back and do it again and make sure that your point is made.
A buddy of mine that I've known for over like 20 years now, but a buddy of mine from college, the angriest I've ever seen, really level-headed guy, but I went to his parents' house in Helena one weekend. We're just like hanging out.
Okay.
And I'm just like messing with him, just like you'd mess with like a brother or whatever like that, just like fucking poking him, riling him up. And you just like getting annoyed. And then as we're heading down the stairs to the basement, I was like, I kept doing something that was annoying him.
Okay.
And he got like super mad and turned around just to like punch me in the chest or shoulder, whatever. But he spun around the stairs. And then as he connected with me, I think just like in the punch in the chest, he lost his balance and he ended up falling down the stairs. And I was cry laughing, which of course like made like he's more angry now. But like I pushed him to the brink. He snapped, tried to retaliate, and then hurt himself so much worse.
Right.
It's so funny to watch.
Like trying to throw like a piece of paper that unwads itself when you throw it, like, and it goes like 1 inch. Like, God damn it. You have to pick it up and smash it together
not what I meant.
a little bit harder and then make sure you do it right the second time you're pissed.
Yep.
Okay, but neither of those the dumbest. This one is so dumb.
Is this something else?
You're going to laugh.
Okay.
Zach, do it.
It's the apocalypse.
All right, so this was a story that I came across on the interwebs.
Okay.
And it's just, you put a lot of trust in doctors.
Yeah.
And then doctor does this. A Florida woman underwent back surgery and ended up having a healthy kidney removed.
This is a nightmare.
After a surgeon mistook the organ for a tumor.
Wow. Mistook a kidney for a tumor.
Of course, it's in Florida.
Where the fuck did you go to school? Like, it's
my
like
God.
Fisher Price? Who, or Milton Bradley? Who made the Operation Game? Is that, like, that's where,
exactly.
That was it. He has 4 years of like, man, damn it. Like taking a wishbone and a wrench out of a knee.
God, that's a big mistake.
Big mistake. So this is back in 2016. Maureen Pacheco was scheduled to undergo surgery to have bones in her lower back fused together. She left the
Jesus
hospital
Christ.
missing a vital organ.
And I imagine she didn't get her bones fused together, so she had like her back's already fucked. Her back really hurts. Like if you get a spinal fusion, it's because you're in a lot of pain. You're in a lot of nerve pain, sciatica, all those things.
Right.
They're not going to do disectomy. Like they're going to do something more serious.
Right.
And then they cut open your back to give you the spinal surgery, but then just take a fucking kidney and then just like, nope, let's call it a day. And just sew your back up. And then you leave with like extra, nothing's improved. You've only worsened your condition.
You've lost weight.
You've lost weight.
Do you have, because
The one positive is you lost a little bit of weight. How much your kidney weighs?
how much your kidney weighs.
Jesus Christ.
So that was dark. As you can imagine, when someone goes in for back surgery, you never expect to wake up and be told that she's just waking up from anesthesia, that one of her kidneys have been unnecessarily removed. The woman's lawyer, Donald J. Ward, told the Palm Beach Post.
Well, at least they fessed up.
Yeah. Well, the doctor didn't. So according to a complaint made by Florida Department of Health, when Dr. Ramon Vasquez cut open the then 51-year-old and noticed a pelvic mass and provided a presumption diagnosis of cancer, the mass was removed in its entirety. Wow. He just took my life and just dismissed it, Pacheco told NBC News. If he would have looked at the MRI that were given to him, he would have realized.
My God.
Those MRIs showed the woman had a pelvic kidney. Okay? So it goes on to say they settled this out of court, but Vasquez is still employed at the hospital, but faces a complaint from Florida's Department of Health. I can't imagine why.
So in his defense, though, she had a weird little creepy kidney.
Right. It was just,
I mean,
where's his kidney?
It's not his fault that she was born with a creepy ass pelvic kidney.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. But like, it's like he's going through a bag of shit at Goodwill.
Right.
Like, nope. Don't need it.
Don't need it.
Keep it. Like, what are you doing?
I just can't believe he didn't consult the MRI. Like that's just like it sounds like he's been doing it a while, and he's just like, I got this.
Right.
I've seen this 1,000 times.
Here's the MRI, sir. You go,
Get out of here.
Makes a fart noise and slaps him out of her hand. Dumb.
No thanks, rookie. I got a lunch date.
Yeah, get behind me.
I'm gonna be out of here by noon.
Watch and learn.
Watch and learn. It's all you can eat shrimp. Fucking restaurant down the street. I'm gonna be there by 4.
We just don't know, but he has a collection of perfectly fine like organs that he's removed from patients.
He loves.
It's a game between him and some other surgeon.
He loves pelvic kidneys. It's like maybe he's trying to like fill out some collection, and the one thing he doesn't have is a pelvic kidney. Yeah,
like bingo,
like some weird fucked up bingo with a surgeon friend of his. He's like, nah, she won't need it. She's got 2.
It's like Connect 4.
It's not a liver. She got another one.
Right.
This is the creepy one. She got a regular kidney.
Look at it.
And she got a fucked up little janky ass pelvic kidney.
Look, it's all squishy.
She doesn't even need this one. I'm doing her a favor.
I'm doing her a favor. It's fine.
It's fine.
Did I get it? Yeah, you got it. Then pay up.
Pay up.
Some weird golf bet. But whether you can take organs from patients and still keep your job. You have to be able to keep your job.
Right.
If you lose your job, you lose vital organ bingo.
It is one of those careers where
What's
it's
the
like
free space? Like a gallbladder? Because everyone gets one of those.
that's got to be
wisdom teeth.
It's one of those professions where like you can't like I know myself well enough and have for a long time that I would never make a good surgeon. I can't focus like that well for that like long of a time. I feel like I have a pretty good work ethic, but I make little mistakes and I'm aware of that. And because I space off, I lose attention. Like attention to detail, I'll like lose track of. I'll fuck up. I'll mispronounce a word that's like very common to pronounce because just like I got it. Like you can't have that kind of personality and be a surgeon. It's fine. I got it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Good enough.
Like they're walking in, they're trying to prep you and like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
No, I want a perfectionist. I want an anal retentive perfectionist for a surgeon only.
They daydream about surgery.
Yep.
They're not doing anything else.
I want someone who is cold and removed from his children. I want someone they're not a good spouse. The one thing they're good at is fucking surgery.
Fixing people.
They have a personality type that is not good for happiness, but is great for surgery. Right? All they fucking care about is just keeping their record clean. Right? I want that. They're batting 1,000. You're batting 1,000. It comes at a psychological price that I'm willing for you to pay.
Can you imagine if you were scheduled for a surgery and you went in and Vasquez you're like, God damn it.
God.
You're still working here? Yeah, it's still pending.
Yeah.
Still pending.
No, I fucked up again last week.
Is that right? Yeah, I went home with I don't know.
There's a surgery shortage.
Right.
Doesn't matter what I do. Anyway,
what
do you need? Brain tumor? Yeah, I can probably get that.
As he's explaining all this stuff, he's like, aren't you? Yeah, it's all held up in court, and he's putting the gas mask over you. He's like, no, it's fine. He's pushing it harder. Right. It's fine. I'll do my best.
As you're like passing out in surgery, you see that he's like doing something just like super weird and distracting. He's there's another surgeon there, and they're literally they're trading fucking baseball cards.
Right.
Like as in the middle of like getting ready for surgery. Oh, what do you got there? Oh, no way!
You got half a brain?
Ken Griffey Jr. Mint. Okay, yeah. Oh, no, it's fine. No. Keep trading. I'll knock this out. I don't even have to pay attention.
She can't even get up right now.
If I've seen one brain tumor, I've seen 1,000.
Your last glimpse before you go under is like he has tweezers and like a saw, or he has like a nail gun. You're like, oh fuck, that's it. That's all you get. And you wake up and you hope for the best.
That'd be great. Yeah, like during the consultation process, he's just talking about working on his deck a lot and like putting together some kind of like project or whatever. Yeah, and then as you pass out, you see like he has a fucking nail gun and like a cat's paw, like all these construction tools.
Table saw. God. You look down, you're laying on a table saw. You're like, oh fuck. Okay, well that was dumb.
Yeah,
but let's look at some dumb stuff for 1-star heroes. Are you ready to do that?
Oh yeah,
and we're gonna do it when Zach does the thing.
I get no respect in real life. Always am upset, so I let them know I hate them on the internet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach. You did the thing.
You're welcome.
Now, the place I'm going to review here is from San Francisco. This is a place I've been many times over the years.
All right.
I try and go every time I go to San Francisco. House of Nanking. It's in Chinatown. And I do know this is not like the most authentic Chinese food experience.
Okay.
It's an institution. Like there was a chef there like 20, 30 years ago who was really kind of like very creative and, was a big deal. Are they the same as they were back then? No. But in my experience, if you're not from China or you didn't grow up in like a Chinese household or you're not like a Chinese food aficionado, even a lot of them I think are still going to find like this pretty good. But in my experience, everyone else finds this pretty fucking great.
Okay.
Like I've been there, I don't know, easily 9 or 10 times. And I've been satisfied every single time.
All right.
Very good little like hole in the wall place. Now,
Okay.
So I'd say like, but there's San Francisco is a hard city to please, kind of a foodie. I love San Francisco, but it is a very like picky town. and it can definitely be a snobby, pretentious town, especially in the city proper,
Right.
like from locals.
Okay.
They've seen everything, they've done everything, they're fucking jaded, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. You think you're great? Whatever.
There's always something better than you.
Right. So that's why, it doesn't have, it's at 3.5 out of 5 stars on Yelp, 3,488 reviews. That's a lot of reviews
That's
on
a
Yelp.
ton. Yeah.
Okay, so this first one, I just want to show this is the kind of review I would give. I probably
setup.
should give one.
The backstory.
Here's a recent review, very recent actually, from the 11th, October 11th. Manny B, 5 stars. Manny B from Irvine. Amazing food and hospitality. Thank you to the chef for letting us sit and having a variety of food to try and enjoy. We really were blown away by the flavors, and most specifically the wonton soup. It is something I'm still craving as I type this review. Def a must-try place when visiting San Francisco. And there's a lot of similar reviews.
Okay.
And one thing that comes up, which we did, Chad Daniels, Sean Patton, and Mary and I, we all had dinner here Friday night on our weekend in San Francisco. And the chef sometimes at this place will just be like, I got you. Don't even worry about your menus.
Really? Okay.
And he did that to us. And we went with it. We're like, okay, cool. And he brought us out it was like a 7-course, 8-course, shareable entrees. Every fucking course, in my opinion, knocked it out of the park. Every single one of us, all of us were like, holy shit, this is more delicious than the last. We thought it was the best meal we'd had in a long time.
Okay.
So there's that perspective. Guy S. does not agree. West Los Angeles, California, 1 star. I just love how hard in the paint he goes against. He gets personal. He just makes it weird. They should be ashamed of themselves. The people that work at this average Chinese restaurant for San Francisco are so nasty, aggressive, trailer park trash service. Shame on them for being who they are. Jesus Christ. Shame on them for being who they are. When you order the lettuce wrap for $9, they make you, no they don't, add chicken or beef and then charge you $16. Which for San Francisco prices is not crazy. Yeah. When we asked about Mongolian beef, the wacky lady yelled at us and told us, quote, yes, it Mongolian beef only, no onions. I feel like he's kind of making fun of her accent here. Yeah. When she brought it out, it was 90% crispy noodles, 7% onions, and 3% beef. Scam, scam, scam. The ladies that work at this place are disgusting human beings. I would highly recommend not eating here ever. Guy, I would highly recommend you get some anger management courses. What the fuck? They overcharged you, in your opinion, on the fucking lettuce wrap, and there wasn't enough beef in the Mongolian beef, and you go straight to, shame on you for being who you are! You trailer trash fuck!
Right.
Whoa, buddy.
Yikes.
This review says way more about you than them. Chihuahua.
Place is terrible because that's who you are.
Right.
What? What do you mean? Doesn't matter.
Okay, so next one, Anna L. And this is a pet peeve of mine that if we have talked about this, we probably have, but it's been a while when people do this. So she says, I want to start off this 1-star review. I want to start off my review by saying that the House of Nanking used to be one of my favorite restaurants in San Francisco, and I have eaten here countless times. Unfortunately, my most recent trip here was so disappointing. We started with the bok choy salad, which the waiter recommended. When it came, the bok choy was soaked in sesame oil, almost too fibrous to eat. With that being said, the salad was the best thing I ate all night. Next, we ordered the pork fried rice. I have never eaten pork that was so hard and dry. On the bright side, I thought the fried rice was half decent, until halfway through the meal, I bit into a big eggshell, which ruined the dish altogether for me. When the chicken chow mein arrived, it was drowned in sauce, and unfortunately the sauce was not good, and that wasn't even the worst part. After biting into a piece of chicken, my party found that it was undercooked and verging on the point of being raw. The melt-in-your-mouth calamari certainly did not melt in my mouth, but instead it was chewy and rubbery, and it left a fishy aftertaste in my mouth. All in all, I'm so upset that a restaurant I used to love so much is not supposed to be no longer serving decent food. Here's what upsets me. You've been here countless times. This is not an edited, formerly 5-star review.
Right.
So all the times when they knocked it out of the park that made you want to bring your friend to this place and you clearly hyped it up and you told them, oh my God, this is going to be so great. The one fucking time they're having an off night, you shit on them. Which means, Anna L., you're a fucking shitty person right here.
What if her friends?
Yeah.
What if she finally convinced her friends to go there and then she's just taking it out on Yelp? Because her friends are like, you're fucking stupid.
Right.
You're a fucking idiot for taking us here.
Anna L.
You'll never be anything.
Yeah.
You're never working your way up in this company. She's like, oh my God. And she's just having a breakdown. Now, this is the result. She lashes out on Yelp.
Oh my God.
Because her friends are terrible.
Right, just this horrible, mean friends.
Group of friends.
I
wow,
love,
look at you.
I love the
Chewy
scene of them
chicken.
turning on her, like at this place.
They're pushing her and kicking her chair and shit.
God, you know what this broken eggshell just made me realize, Anna L? It made me realize that you're a fucking cunt. I've always hated you, and I wish you were dead. And then just like gets up and leaves. And then she's in tears writing this.
Other friends laugh a little bit. Right. You're right.
They're right. You are.
Right.
We've always thought it.
You got this tab? Because it's food, but shit. Yeah, I got it.
But I just hate that thing where it's like, and you know, and obviously Anna L doesn't have to be a terrible person. This could be just a terrible choice on her part. But it just is a pet peeve of mine when somebody love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, and then the one time they hate it, now I'm going to go online.
Uh-huh.
Why do you
not there for the good, only for the bad.
Only for the bad.
Which, you know, it's kind of the human nature things. Mm-hmm. If things are good or they right how they're supposed to be, yeah, you're like, oh, that's awesome.
We're so lucky to have fans that way. I got to actually thank just Bad Magic fans. Just when I look around the web in general and I look at like our stuff, I know that we make plenty of mistakes and our fans are so forgiving and just still so generous. And I'm like, I still don't have a lot of faith in humanity overall, but just the fan base here, I'm like, okay, you redeem a lot of it. Just because I feel like we do have a lot of people who listen to these shows who are the kind of people who clearly take the time to give props when something is something they enjoy.
Right.
Which, as you're pointing out, is not indicative of human nature overall. That's not the norm.
No, not even close.
Not even close.
I can't imagine going to a restaurant over and over. Every single restaurant, if you go there enough, you're going to have a bad experience.
Exactly.
Every single one out there.
Yep. And those
like
are
even the best in town. Like I've gone to Beverly's, which here in Coeur d'Alene is it's a fancy restaurant.
Yeah,
and I've had a
it's
terrible
nice.
experience there.
Yeah.
The food is shit and the staff was shit. But the other 7 times I have been there,
Right.
fucking great.
Right.
Amazing.
It feels traitorous to me.
Yeah, it does.
If it's one of your favorite places, it's like you're just a backstabber.
Right. Or like,
imagine
this type of thing in a marriage.
Right.
Or a relationship.
Right.
Where everything's great. You just celebrated your 40th anniversary and then like your wife does something you don't like one time.
She got you the tie you didn't want.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like,
she knows you don't like polka dot ties.
After raising kids together, after building a beautiful like home and life together, you're just like, you just go on some like relationship equivalent of Yelp.
Match.
Oh, let me fucking talk about Kathy.
Right.
Oh, really? Polka dot tie, you stupid bitch. You know I like stripes. I've always liked stripes. I've gone here for years. Right? I've raised children with this person. I've gone on vacations together.
No, but that's too nice.
We pledged our love together.
I've raised kids with this piece of shit.
Oh, right.
Like you can't have anything nice in there.
Right.
You have to completely flip it. Okay.
Okay, this next one. This is just weird. I thought this is a quick one. Here, Mac Y, 1 star. I would give 0 star if I can. Not a Chinese food at all. Why are people not a Chinese food at all? No, it's not. It's a restaurant. Why people are lining there.
Okay.
And then just over and over, not a Chinese food at all. I love that they say a sentence that doesn't make sense and they write it 6 times in a row. 7 in total in the review, but over and over, not a Chinese food at all. Not a Chinese food at all. Not a Chinese food at all.
Like it's a curse. He's reciting a poem of some sort.
Mac Y, I want you to spend more time working on grammar and less time on Yelp giving negative reviews.
No one found that useful.
You wrote a sentence incorrectly 7 fucking times in one review. This just the one sentence.
You really hammered it home.
Really hammered it home. Okay, just another quick weird one before a little funny one to end on. Peng Hui Si writes, 1 star, bad environment with oily table and chair, also lots of flies. Food were okay, but the waiters has no perception. We asked her 3 times for water. Now I'm guessing that English might not be your first language.
Yeah.
But just that sentence fucking kills me. Food were okay, but the waiters has no perception. Because I literally don't even know what you mean. Like, I don't even know what you're trying to talk about.
You're so close.
Fuck it. Yeah. I mean, the food here is fine, but the waiters has no perception. Like, what does that even mean?
Perception, like what? Like
Perception of what?
Were they bumping into shit? Like what?
Right.
Yeah.
They meant depth perception.
Yeah.
That's their complaint. Yeah, the food was great. The people were friendly. But the waiter was fucking blind in one eye.
But the nearsighted fucking waiter
The waiter
kept on hitting me in the face.
He must have fucking bumped into a chair 7 times. Get some fucking glasses. Have some respect for yourself.
He handed me my plate and I chipped my tooth. He hit me in the face with the plate. That nearsighted motherfucker.
Okay, and here's the most San Francisco review ever.
Okay.
I'm gonna need some music for this.
Okay.
This is Yi M. And this is working in weird historical tragedy into a restaurant menu. You'll see what I mean here.
Oh boy.
But this is the most San Francisco to me. So it writes, okay, here's something to rant. To all my friends living in SF who want to try Chinese food, don't you go to the house of Nanking ever. I've passed by this place so many times. and they always have a long line outside, which convinced me they must have something pretty good. Today I decided to eat there. I spoke them in English in the first place. Asked the waitress for recommendations. She said, "Don't order noodles." Okay. Half of the menu has been passed.
What does she know?
Don't get the noodles. Then I asked, "What's the special?" She said, "Rices." Here is no good. Okay, the full page passed. I turned to the back. The chef whose photo hanging on the wall came to me. I asked him, "Could you please recommend me something in Nanking style?" He pointed the Japanese beef for 2 people. I asked in Chinese, "It's for 2 person. I can't finish it by myself." He just turned to a badass face and left. Then I realized that dish is the most expensive one for single order. Well, for single person, don't order noodles and order rices. If you don't order this Japanese beef, get out of here. Okay, well, forget about the previous intention that they trying to make money. I request all you listeners, hold on for a second. The House of Nanking's special dish is Japanese beef? This is how you recommend to a Chinese? I can understand it could be one of the dishes here, but the special one? For specially memorizing? They used to kill the whole Nanking province, 300,000 people. I'm not a nationalist, or I won't be here, but I do live with all my dignity and my integrity. I can't accept what happened today. I believe in one rule. The one has no memory doesn't deserve to be respected.
Oh, boy.
The speech they gave. I just love this thing of like, because there was a tragedy many, 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 many years ago, right. You don't think they should feature that item on your menu. That is literally like going to whatever, any fucking restaurant in America and be like, what's the best here? Sauerkraut? Are you fucking kidding me? Nazis! After what Hitler did. Right. You're going to make tasty ass sauerkraut. Right. Okay, I get it. I've seen enough.
Yeah, do you want to see the menu?
No,
I don't.
This is as crazy as walking into any sushi place.
Right.
And just like yelling to the customers, really? Fucking Pearl Harbor means nothing to you, I guess.
Oh, it tastes so good. Does it? Just like
right.
over the top shit.
Right.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Ridiculous.
That's so funny. I love the mashup of like her kind of like she was critiquing their grammar while her grammar was shit, and that was that was my favorite part.
It's beautiful.
It's like 2 idiots fighting over some dumb shit. Where
exactly.
Like one idiot's just slightly smarter than the other idiot, and you're like,
which is always fun to watch.
You're both idiots.
Yep,
you're both dumb.
It's a dumb fight.
Okay, that was funny. I needed that laugh. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, well, want to see something good?
I do.
Then let's see something good. Zach!
Sliver of hope.
This happened a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And this story involves me.
Okay.
And my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not me toot my own horn. It's like, today I am the sliver of hope.
Right,
Because how good of a person I am.
Okay.
No, so last year, some fucking asshole stole our giant, like 15-foot dragon.
Oh, yeah.
We had this huge Halloween decoration.
We talked about that.
People would stop by all the time. They would say how much they love it.
Yeah.
They'd bring their kids on walks and they'd stand next to it and take pictures with this gigantic fucking dragon.
And in the dead of night,
it's
taken from you.
Somebody came by and took it, which pretty sure it's you still. But I don't have any proof. But it just kind of disappeared.
If you could see a thought bubble, it's just me thinking about that dragon in my garage.
It's in your room right now?
No.
It's just like making a fan noise as it looks over your bed.
I'm running through all these memories of me like sitting on the dragon, fucking standing next to the dragon, reading a book next to the dragon.
Going to dinner. Riding bikes together.
Bringing company over to like see, yeah, it's a cool dragon. Yeah, I know. I like it. That's why I bought it.
Right. That's why it's mine. No one else's. So anyway, the dragon was stolen. Kids were sad. And then since last Halloween, we just didn't do anything because we didn't want our dragon to get stolen again.
Sure.
We didn't rebel and go out and buy another one.
Right.
So anyway, out of nowhere, this year, some random person who lives like 5 blocks away stopped by our house.
Yeah.
And then said, "We miss seeing your guys' dragon." I don't know if they were fans of the show,
Yeah.
or maybe friends of mine online, because I did post about it being stolen.
Okay.
Or maybe they just assumed it was stolen because it just randomly disappeared.
Or maybe they stole your dragon.
Maybe they stole the dragon.
And the guilt caught up with them.
We'll get there.
Okay.
But they came by and they said, we missed seeing your dragon. We go on walks all the time in the fall. Here's the dragon. And they bought us the dragon.
Okay.
And this dragon's even cooler because it flaps its wings. It has like vents that make the wings like flap up and down automatically.
Right.
And they just dropped it off. And we saw them maybe 3 days afterwards.
Yeah.
We found out because the shipping address they got on it said where their address was.
Yeah.
And we had never met them before. We had no
Okay.
idea who they were. They just dropped off the dragon. The kids were so happy. We immediately got it out and blew it up in the backyard so we could see what it looked like because they were pumped. They missed their dragon.
Yeah.
But we wrote like a thank you note because we got their address off the box and we were driving over to go drop it off after dinner one night.
Yeah.
And then they were walking by. And we're like, what? Are you I'm not going to say their last name.
Okay.
But are you the blah blahs? And they're like, yeah, that's us. You're like, we're the Paisleys. You bought us the dragon. They're like, ah. So then we turned around and went back to our house. They came over. We talked, hung out. The kids all played around the giant dragon.
That's awesome.
And it was just a fun thing. They had to do nothing. They just could be like, oh man, where'd that fucking dragon go? That's too
So
bad.
you don't think they stole it?
I don't think they stole the dragon.
Okay, yeah.
They are very nice and they have 2 tiny kids.
Oh, that's great.
Like 4 and 3.
They don't
There's
seem
no
like-
way they're running around.
They're
at
not
night.
in the prankster phase of
They're
their
not
life.
running around with 4 and 3 year olds being like, take some giant fucking dragons.
This is a great picture.
Yeah, so that's if you watch it on YouTube, it's a picture of Pepper and Ezra opening up the dragon.
Aw, so fun.
And I had a picture of the dragon, or I had a video of the dragon.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize like everything I took had my address in it in the background.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I'm not going to put it
Sure.
on the show.
No, don't. Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I could blur it all out. And then by that point, I was like, the picture will do.
Yeah.
So it's a badass dragon. So thank you guys so much for swinging by and dropping it off because that is a reminder that not everyone's a piece of shit.
It is.
Because they had no reason to do that. And they completely turned around our kids' attitude. They loved it.
Thanks, Joe's neighbors, for not being pieces of shit.
That's what it's all about. Don't
Yep.
be a piece of shit.
Some 5-star neighbors.
5-star neighbors. Okay, you want to see something I found on the internet?
I like stuff on the internet.
Me too.
I'll probably like it.
Okay, Zach, thanks.
The internet has all sorts of neat things. Anything you want can be yours. Let's take a peek, together, as a couple. To you, from internet.
So do you know Logan Keith?
I've heard of him.
He's the one, he works here.
He's the guy in the corner.
Yeah, he's at Bad Magic
Corner guy.
Productions.
Who? Corner guy.
Logan Keith. He makes the merch for the show, and he makes the merch for the other shows that we do too.
Okay.
So I don't know how much you've spoken to him, but he sent this in. And I loved this so much, I wanted to bring it onto the show.
All right.
So apparently, there's something going around where kids, generally high school it looks like, are trying to fit in wherever they can the drum beat at the start of the PornHub videos. And if you have like a dick or a vagina, chances are you've gone onto PornHub at some point and watched some porn.
Okay.
Like odds are high.
Odds are high.
And you've heard this drum beat.
And what?
And it shows the logo, and then it goes away, and then
Okay.
then there's usually like a dick or a pussy.
Okay.
Like that's the next thing you see after this drum beat. So these kids are going around and kind of making a challenge out of it to see where they can play this PornHub beat. Merson, take a look
course
at
they
it.
are.
Again, I will link this in the episode description.
I'm guessing these are all boys. Yep, there's a boy. Oh my God. At like a pep rally or something, and the gym goes wild.
Middle of
Okay.
a jazz concert. Ready?
Just snuck it in there. And I love the saxophone player trying so hard not to laugh his ass off.
Church.
At church.
Okay, this guy's not very good. My favorite one is coming up here, and it's just a setup like at a talent show of sorts.
Okay.
So watch this guy.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Yes.
He's
Oh.
getting ready to do his thing.
Let's go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hints to the audience. He's about to do it.
Yep.
It calms him down.
Gives a little signal.
Here we go.
That is the most high school shit
And then
ever.
this one, the guy plays the intro through his. He's doing the student announcements in the morning.
Oh,
and he plays
Good
it
morning,
through.
Ronnie. I'm Lee Ron with your morning announcements. Members of the tra-
And plays it throughout the entire school for the morning announcements.
Oh my God.
How funny is that?
And what cracks me
A
up is
challenge I can get behind. because that's so funny.
Some of the teachers had to have known.
Oh, of course they had to have known.
And I love that. Like, what a weird thing for them to complain about. Hey, listen, I look at when I'm not working here with the students.
I know exactly what this is.
I'm watching a lot of porn, and I've watched enough of it to memorize the drum beat at the start of the PornHub homepage.
I mean, who has it?
Who has it? The principal's like, me. Oh, okay. Well, I heard. I'm going to show myself out.
Right.
Never mind. Forgot what I was saying.
No problem.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
The description of the YouTube video did say that like someone in that got expelled for something, but I don't fucking know.
Jeez.
Good luck. Good luck. It's a drum beat, bitch.
Right.
Fuck that school.
Yeah. The thing about it being expelled, I bet they could get back in. I bet their
There's
parents.
fuck off.
Because they're not showing anybody anything.
No.
It's just a drum beat.
It's a drum beat.
Yeah.
That happens to be tied to fucking dicks. But that's not the point. There's no words, nothing offensive.
Nope.
It's a drum beat.
Yeah. It can only be offensive if you know, and then if you found out later, like what a weird thing for like a parent to complain about. I cannot believe at the talent show that my Johnny had to hear a drum beat associated with a porn site.
Right.
Like, what's he gonna then start jerking off to a drum beat? Just what images of pussy might be behind that drum beat? Ooh yeah, that's absurd.
Now, if he played that drum beat at the talent show
with his dick,
or then someone came out and started sucking it,
then you
expelled.
then you have a case for complaint.
Right. But outside of that, fuck yourself.
If you play that drum beat and then the last beat of the drum, he just like slapped his dick to the side right into the valedictorian's mouth.
Right.
And that person didn't even know what was happening. Okay, now you have a criminal
Like they were
case.
taped to a chair.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's a graduation ceremony. Valedictorian's taped to a chair, and you hook up little sensors on their face, like drum sensors, and you play that beat by slapping, by fucking mushroom stamping their face. Now you have a case.
You used to have drum triggers all around their face and just whipping your dick. Boom. Alrighty. Okay, we're gonna go to junk mail. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's junk mail.
That's a funny visual.
Boom.
In the final snares, like the teeth or like the nose, right in the middle. Whole crowd goes wild. Okay, so we have two pieces of junk mail to get to today. Our first piece coming in from Dummy Emily, who writes, "Hey dummies, I'm binge listening to the episodes. I just finished episode 45. Dan was talking about the reviews for the communion wafers. And the first review was a person that ordered a bunch to eat as a snack.
Right.
I suddenly had a flashback of when I was a kid, and during church service, I would sneak into the back room of the church where the kitchen was and find the extra communion wafers and sit and eat them all. It was a tiny church, so no one was back there, luckily, because as I was eating them, I was audibly praying for forgiveness. I was so afraid God would be mad at me for eating the leftover body of Christ.
Oh my God.
I told my dad the story when I was an adult. We had left the church, and he laughed for hours. Now when we have family dinners, he asks if I just want communion wafers for dinner.
That is so funny. What a
you,
funny.
Emily.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. What a funny little kid thing. Where it's
I
like,
have sinned.
Dear Heavenly Father, I'm so hungry. Dear Heavenly Father, please forgive me for I'm about to sin. I'm so hungry.
You don't want me to be hungry? Even if it is your body. You don't want me to be hungry?
Dude, come on.
I've been a good girl. I've been so good. Now, if she was back there like pounding the blood of Christ.
Right.
That's different.
Well, even if she's like pounding the blood of Christ, she's like, this isn't going to make you any less crucified. Right. Come on. It already happened.
You're gone.
Come on, you're gone. Let me have some of this. I'm so thirsty.
Let me eat your body. Church fucking sucks. Let me get drunk. Okay, so moving on to our next story. Our final piece of junk mail for this week is coming in from Dummy Rob, who writes, "Finally got me. I hear all those funny Bluetooth stories. Finally have one of my own.
Nice.
LMAO. So I got a fun Bluetooth Star Trek communicator badge.
Okay.
Fucking with it in my kitchen, trying to figure it out. I didn't realize that if you tap the badge twice, it plays whatever the fuck you're listening to before. First thing that you hear, loud as fuck, is, 'That's why you don't epoxy your dick!' My wife spits out her tea, and my 9-year-old daughter behind me says, 'That does sound like a bad idea.' Then turns away and walks out. I fell on the floor laughing. Love all the podcasts and the whole Bad Magic crew. Thanks for all the laugh therapy. Fat Rob, your loyal suck dummy creep."
Oh, Fat
It's Rob?
That is so great. I love that, like, she had 9-year-old daughter, right?
Oh, right.
Was like, yeah, that does sound like a bad idea.
I would never.
That's such a great little kid thing. Yeah. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, if I had a dick, there's no way I'm going to epoxy it.
You're like, well, that's because you don't have a dick. Because if you had a dick...
There's a lot of things you're going to try with it.
I mean, on a side note, if I had a vagina, when I was a kid, like, I'd be putting lamps in it. like fucking fishing lures.
I'll be playing all kinds of games of what fits.
What can I walk around the house and be like, what can I put in here?
Let's play a little game of what fits and feels good.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and you'll be surprised. Okay, I'm sure a spatula might. Like, so I'm glad I don't have a vagina, because at this point it would just be a fucking mess.
Oh, I'd have so much fun with it. 'Cause it'd be like what fits and feels good inside.
What fits and doesn't feel good.
What feels good on the outside.
What almost
but maybe
fits.
doesn't fit.
Right.
Like there's just you have options. You have more options than you do with the wiener.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
It's a more complex device.
Anyway. That's it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
We just wrap it up. Thanks to Zach Flannery for producing and directing the show today. Thanks to Zach Cohen for creating some of the custom music beds for the show. Logan Keith, thanks again, buddy. Pumping out the best merch in the podcast game. We have that brand new, the Avid Fisherman collection, which you can get a water bottle, got t-shirts, even got a duffel bag. It's all in there right now. Go check it out at badmagicmerch.com or iswedumb.com.
Good luck jingling your bobbers.
That's right. You're jerking my bobber? You jerking my bobber, bro?
You can jerk it. You can jingle it. You can jangle it.
Well, I mean, come on.
When you fish it as much as I have,
right.
Sometimes you jerk, sometimes you jingle, sometimes you jangle.
All right. So that's what they always. That's what my dad told me.
Depends on the time of the year and what kind of fish you're looking for.
Right.
Depends on what kind of fish. Sometimes
is it the river, is the lake, or is the ocean?
You gotta look at your fish finder. And you gotta see what Pac-Man fish are clearly under my boat at 20 feet depth, and then how do I slowly with my joystick lower my fucking lure directly into its mouth.
I picture you going out there. You're like, oh, got another one, and everyone's like, okay, and you're just playing the game, like the Atari game.
Yeah.
Oh, bring up another big one. Make room. It's like, that's not how it fucking works. Don't tell him. It's gonna break his heart.
I just go onto a boat and play video games.
your family buys fish and they hide them from you.
Oh my god!
And they just keep them on the back, and so you think you're bringing them up to the boat playing your fish game. Like, got another one coming up. You ready? Okay. And they're splashing the water.
Splash the water, and Kyler gets his net up. Oh my god!
Holy shit, Dad!
Just the one you thought you were gonna get. I'm the best.
If you want to follow us online, Instagram and Facebook, just search for Is We Dumb, and the private Facebook group Is We Dummies, moderated by Liz Hernandez and the All Seeing Eyes. All of our podcasts, Scared to Death, Time Suck, and Is We Dumb, in visual format. Go to YouTube and search for Bad Magic Productions. And if you want to send something into the show, dumb@iswedumb.com. I have a neat fact for you this week.
I was hoping you'd have a neat fact for me.
And this fact blew my mind. Are you ready for it?
Super neat.
Super neat.
Wow, neat fact.
Okay, here we go. The heart of a blue whale is so big, a full-size human can swim through the arteries.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, they weigh roughly 400 pounds.
Oh my god.
Fucking what?
You could water slide into its artery.
Whee!
That is absurd to think of a heart that big.
It's ridiculous. No wonder they're so nice.
Oh man, they have so much love to give.
How you gonna be mean with a heart that big? All right, episode 64. Bye!
Yes, we go!
Bad Magic Productions.